On today's episode, we are going to discuss what does adulting really mean? What's the real deal? This new word, adulting, where does it come from?
Hi everyone. So Simrit, when I heard the term adulting for the first time, I thought it meant, when kids behave like an adult. I didn't think it meant truly being an adult. Okay. So adulting in my mind, now means just being grown up when we stop being a child. I mean, that's what it means to me.
Well, that's what we think it means. Some people think adulting means like a bad word or whatever. What is adulting? But no, let's be honest. When we were kids, and I still feel it sometimes when I'm putting on a lipstick in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I'm an adult, because you remember the times when you were kids and stealing your mom's makeup, or when you're having a drink with your friend, just two of you sitting together, and you go, oh my God, is this meaning you're an adult? But no, when we're kids, we think, oh, being an adult means staying up late, eating ice cream for dinner. But is that the reality? No. Reality is paying bills, taking care of your taxes, dealing with relationships, and asking, do I really need the subscription for this magazine now?
Or that making a doctor's appointment is an Olympic sport now,
Oh, yeah.
and then and taking care of health seriously is a big part of adulting. Oh, I have to be conscious. I cannot be eating this. I cannot be sleeping on time. There has to be a schedule. I really need to cut down on cheeseburgers, nuggets, and whatnot. All then, okay, I can occasionally eat those golgappas, not like every day. I can drink only on the weekend once, one or two drinks. That's it, you know. But seriously, what do you think is the realist part of adulting beyond what we expected?
Not eating golgappas every day is the realest part. But genuinely, that's a good question. What's the real deal with adulting? What's the biggest thing? I think it's decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is like having to deal with constant small decisions on a daily basis, right? Making 100,000 decisions a day. Oh God, the worst one. We all felt it at some point or the other. What do we have for dinner? What do we make for dinner? What do we make for
everyday thing?
What do we pack for our kids' lunches? Really? Do I need to go to this event? Can I stay at home? Do I really need to go there? When do I have to take my doctor's appointment? Oh my God, what does this blood test mean? Do we need to get married? Should we have kids? There's thousands of micro decisions we have to do.
And oh my God, there was a class and I forgot. That's the one.
Yeah, do I fire this guy? No. I mean, there are so many questions. So the decisions never end, the questions never end. That, I think, and the weight of it, oh my God, I got to get up. Oh, I have to let this person go. I have to keep somebody for the house. I have to take care of my mother. Those decisions, that fatigue of the decision fatigue, I think that's a real part of adulting.
Yeah, absolutely right. And let's not forget emotional adulting, Simrit. Handling friendships, relationships, and setting boundaries, because saying no to things you don't want to do. Okay, that's another big part. And that, honestly, emotional adulting at our ages is a lot, Simrit. And we have kids and parents who now we are responsible for. So when do we give in? And can we say this, that, oh, I'm done. Okay, I don't want to do it today. Or I don't know. I mean, there's so many things, and dealing with the emotional guilt if you somehow miss something or you didn't want to do that. This is crazy. This is all emotional adulting.
Kids and parents both are really good at giving us emotional guilt. I don't know about everybody else. Both generations, they just give so much emotional guilt. But let's talk about finances. Isn't that a big part of adulting? Because budgeting, who had heard of that, right? There's not something prepares us for.
How do we pulling my hair for that?
I know, exactly. And then, oh, is this too much? What school? How much is the amount? What do we pay per year? Where's the taxes? Where are the taxes going? And then financial FOMO. People have this. You and me don't most of the time. So when you see these Instagram posts of people on vacations and you're like, how do they afford it? That's none of our business how they afford it. We need to like figure out our own stuff, right? But that works out. People are planning like their next cruise. And here we are saying, do we really need to buy a Starbucks coffee every day? 2,000 रुपए तो ऐसे ही लग जाते हैं.
you getting out of the house, Simrit. If you're with kids, 5, 6K it's just like one destination is done. Coffee shop is it's all. I know.
I
This
know.
is some.
So budgeting is
Yeah,
real, right? Budgeting is a big
yeah,
part of being an adult, saying no. And then what do? We curb our own desires. Like, no, no, we don't need. And it's good. It's good to take these breaks anyways. But, there are a lot of prioritizing. So budgeting means prioritizing. Where do we spend money? Where do we not? It's interesting.
yeah. And how about the hidden pressures of adulting, Simrit,
Yeah.
that we have already faced before? Like feeling we should be, we should have figured out everything by now. That zeal, that energy at that point. The whole, by 30, you should own a house, a perfect career, living with your best life, and and do and to get married. Okay, before this I have to get married, maybe before this age I have to have children,
Yeah.
and then the school, the everything. It's just figuring out, okay, everything. It feels like, okay, we have planned everything. Okay, tick 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 tick, this is what are we going to do. And and then what?
Yeah.
Sometimes I mean, it doesn't go the way we always planned, right? There's
Right. Life
always
doesn't work that
hiccups
way.
in between.
Life doesn't work that
and
way.
and then society puts a lot of pressure on you, the
Yeah.
timelines, and we know the reality is always different. Everyone moves at their own pace. You don't need to have that timeline and checklist
Yeah.
as per the society's norm.
Yeah.
And some people are busy, they're buying their house maybe in 25, but maybe some people wants to just enjoy, travel, have the time of their life, and then later on think of, buying house is a priority or not, and getting married is a priority or not, depends totally on what is life bringing on to them at that point of time.
Okay. So I agree. There's a lot of pressure that, oh my God, I'm at this age. My career isn't in, my business is not doing so well. My car isn't big enough. There's so many adult pressures. But let's talk about a part of adulting that's good and we should all adopt. It's letting go of comparison. Your journey is yours
Yeah,
and not your
yeah,
parents, not your friends, not your partners, not your influencer who you follow or YouTuber you follow on it. Your journey is yours. And a big part of
yeah,
adulting is saying, you know what? I'm happy. I'm content. And you should be. And I'm content with this life. If I watch, and social media has contributed to so many negatives, there must be some positives, but there's a lot of negatives. So let go of the comparison on that. Let go that my father had achieved this, my mother had done this. Let go of all that. Be content in what you're doing. That's a big part of adulting. And while we're on the topic of expectations, let's talk about mental health and burnout. So when we start following other people's path, a big part of being an adult is like recognizing that this is going to lead to a burnout if we're not achieving what we think. Forget the world. If you set a certain, and it's good to be ambitious, but if you set a certain yardstick that I have to own the top line BMW and live in a $5 million house by the time I'm 40, and it doesn't happen, there's a lot of depression, mental burnout because of society around and yourself. But real adulting is also knowing where to draw that line and step back and say,
yeah.
I don't want to do it all. I can't do it all. And I'm okay with that. I need to be happy with myself. That's a big part of adulting.
And
Don't worry about,
Simrit, once I mean, very good point. I have watched couple of those reels in which the person, oh, I'm 40. I've invested this is now I'm retiring at 40. I'm retiring at 50. And then I'm all sorted. I did this in my 30s, in my 20s, and I figured it out. And it's like, can you imagine how much pressure this guy is giving to the other who watching it?
yeah,
So much pressure. I was like, oh my God, it's not, it's, what to tell to kids? We ourselves get so much influenced by these nonsense which is
yeah,
going on the
yeah,
social media. This is all pressure, which is not real, in fact.
yeah,
Maybe 1% or 2% of it, but then everybody has their own pace. You're right. And then on top of all of this, you have to keep your mental health.
yeah,
That's absolutely right. So you have to find out your own ways.
yeah,
You don't have to go by what people are doing. The no comparison. That's a
absolutely.
very good point, Amrit.
Yeah,
And most important one, which always we talk about, is the self care. And self care isn't just about taking a bubble bath or going to the spa days. Okay, that is there. That's just not the only part of it. We need that break as well. It's also like setting up doctor's appointment, staying up of your mental health, your physical health,
yeah,
you're working out, you are I mean, whatever is required of your age, like for you, maybe you need to do some weight training when you're in 40s. You need to
Yeah.
build those muscles so that by the time you're in your 50s and 60s, you're still up and going and running.
And
So
this
you
is
need to
self
know.
care. This is not society saying, oh my God, you need to carry weight. This is part of self care. Take care of your body. Forget the weight, forget the look. This is taking care of agility, mobility, things like that, making sure you can walk. These are real adulting issues, aren't they? Like health.
I guess this is the most important one for me. I want to be up and running in my 90s. I met this one woman in one of the gathering of yours where she was 80. You like, wow, I want to be like her, up and going and doing things all
Yeah.
year
And she
round.
looked hot. I remember her.
Yeah,
So let's sum this up. What is our takeaway today? Real adulting isn't just about paying bills and staying up late and drinking bottles of wine. No, it's about decision making. It's about financial
yeah.
awareness. It's about emotional boundaries. It's about letting go of comparisons and not holding yourself up on a pedestal and a yardstick. Prioritizing your well being. These are all really important parts. And I think the most important are the last two, where you prioritize your well being, be content with the life you have. If you don't, make changes, but don't do it on other people's basis.
Absolutely, Simrit. Very well said. Well, that's all on Talk today. If you like anything about our show or if you want us to discuss some topic on our show, do let us know in the comment section or you can email us at hello@talktoustoday.com and let your friends know where to find us.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified of our videos every Friday at 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us on Talk to Us today. Remember to talk about Talk to Us today. Keep smiling, keep
Keep
laughing,
laughing.
keep shining, and keep talking, guys. Thanks. Have a good week. See you guys next Friday.